All right, guys, I'm here in the THS band room. Well, this is not, you said this is like the jazz.
Yes.
The jazz band room, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You use it for other things too?
We use this room for the jazz ensembles as well as sectionals all the time. It's just pretty much our room that we use for anything. Heck, we've had string rehearsals in here. We've had
all kinds.
It's been a dressing room before. It's a lot of things.
So this is kind of our all-in-one room right here.
Purpose, yes.
So we're using this for our interview. I wanted to talk to some of our members of the THS band, the Marching Southern Sounds. You guys have just been blowing us away every Friday night, and the competitions that I am seeing that you guys are just going and blowing them away as well. I was like, I gotta get some more info here, right? Now, I told you, Mr. Bennett, like I'm not really in the band world, but wow, I have so enjoyed being able to watch you guys. The talent that these students have is incredible to me because they don't just have to play an instrument, right? There's so much more involved in marching. Tell me a little bit about how you guys prepare.
Well, so it's pretty crazy. We start, and these are three of our leadership, we start planning the show about this time of the previous year.
Okay.
And we announce it in February, so that's when they get to find out. And then right after that, we do leadership auditions, I guess, end of February, beginning of March. And, we get our drum majors who kind of lead the band. They're the extension of us. It goes all the way down to the leadership, and then we go to the middle school, we recruit those students, and of course we have our current high school students. We start marching basic camps end of May, and then we start end of July, early August is when we do the camp, and we learn the entire show. And the show design process is, like I said, it starts at about right now. We've actually already started designing next year's show. Even we just finished this year's show. So we'll get that to them, like I said, in February. So it's just kind of this paradox cycle. They've learned almost all of the show by the end of July, and then we start adding all the cool stuff, the color changes, the visuals, and then sometimes they'll be like, hey, what if we do this thing? And then we're like, hey, let's do that thing.
Sounds great, right?
And and so a lot of the really cool things, the big pullover this year that everybody likes so much, that was kind of an on the whim idea. And then the tee was just like hey, what if we make a tee on the field? And I said, yeah, what if we do it but no one sees it happen? And then it was like, let's do it while the thing flies over. I mean, that's kind of the conversations that we have. And then all of a sudden that happens, and you go to Hoover and Prattville and Aniana, and you can't hear the band anymore because people are screaming so loud. It's just, it's incredible. And I know it's incredible for you guys. It's probably, not even probably, that's the greatest part of it. I almost broke my ankle, actually, the first one, because I jumped up so high on that last note.
Just like so excited.
That, me and the crowd, I'm glad they didn't break their ankles, but it was incredible to see their reaction to people enjoying everything they had worked on since, like I said, really late July.
So from your perspective, from a student's perspective, how does it feel to be out there and hear the response to what you guys are doing?
So for me, it's almost stressful in a way because I've been trying to work with the band so much and the young leaders of the group. We have so many sophomores and freshmen. Our senior class is tiny, so we're trying to get them ready and prepared for what's going to come up in the future. And so being on the field, they're looking up to you, especially me, because I'm on a big podium in the center. So they're really looking up to me and making sure everything goes right. And I've just been trying to lead them in a good way so they have that good future.
Would you say she's doing a good job? I think she's doing a great job.
She's doing a great job. As a matter of fact, at the first contest, they got a perfect score, which I've never seen from drum majors before, that I've worked with, and it goes even further than that. The judge sees them for 8.5 minutes and goes, that was good. I see them every single day, first to arrive, last to leave. There's never been a day that Rosie wasn't like, is everything good? Do I need to go? Am I good? Every day she wants to make sure it's ready to go.
She's leading by example.
Absolutely, and I can say the same for Xander and Sydney as well.
So how do you guys feel being out there as leaders on the field? How does it feel for you guys?
Well, there's a lot of nervousness that goes into it too.
Yeah.
It's just it's not just you have to do good, you have to make sure that everyone else does good. But, it's just you go out there and you have fun. Nervousness isn't really there's no point in being nervous because it's just you do it so many times, it's just second nature.
Yeah.
And at the end, when everyone's cheering, it's just you get that adrenaline boost, and you can only do good at that point because you already see the crowd,
right?
it's just going, you got it, and obviously the crowd reaction is probably the best part.
You feel the same way?
Yeah, I feel like as I'm on the field, I start thinking of everything that we've corrected over band camp and that we've done every practice. And so I'm also thinking of all the things I've told my section to do. And then I just start having so much fun when I'm marching. And then saying "Scorched" at the end is like one of my favorite parts. You just see the audience and they're just standing. It's kind of like a moment where you can relax. And you're like, oh, I've done it and I've done my best on that field.
Just hearing you guys talk, I cannot imagine the amount of work that goes into this, truly. It's not just you. You've got a team of people, right? Talk to me a little bit about that.
We've got phenomenal people. We've got Mark Knaus, one of the assistant directors, Ashton Bowles, our assistant director, Jemiah Robbins is our percussion instructor, Brandon Cornelison and Emily, who do our color guard. We've got Emily Bennett, my wife, Harley Wilson, that do the dance team. We've got Gretchen Moore, our newest staff member, who does our majorettes, which is awesome because not only do we have a true majorette sponsor who has done majorettes, she twirled at UAB, but before that, twirled here at Thompson. So we brought an alumni back to give back to her program that she was a part of not that long ago. And if I've missed anybody, when I say that, we've got Chris Pennington writes our drill, Justin Williams writes our music. We've got Shane writes our percussion parts.
Wow.
It's this machine, well-oiled machine of people. And what's so amazing is I don't have to go around and ask people to do their part. I kind of have the blessing to kind of delegate, but before I can delegate, they're already working on it. I mean, we go, and the next thing, like I said, with the design of the T in the show, the same thing happened all throughout, with different moments, like when the turnaround happened. I mean, y'all remember I changed that one day. We learned it and went, no, let's do it this way. And that was the staff going, hey, let's try this. And then it definitely helps to have 10, 12 eyes out there that are not mine working with them. And we've got 3 drum majors. We've got Rosie here, Josh Smith, and Matthew Thompson. And they get to stand in the front of the field. So they see things too. And so the section leaders step out. They help. I mean, when we say it's a machine, and I've already said a well-oiled machine, it's a lot of wonderful leadership, but a lot of phenomenal. I don't really know how to say it. It's amazing how much we can get done because we have so much help. I've done a job like this before. It was me, and we could do so much. But then when I did the job, and you added 8 more people that are far better than I am at all of the crafts that they do, the sky's the limit. And I think they proved it this year. You guys all proved it this year.
Yes, I completely agree. The well-oiled machine is so evident because it's amazing to be a spectator, to watch you guys, to not even have that, be in that world, to know what all goes on, and to hear that from you is just incredible. I'd love to hear from you guys. Any future plans to stay within like the band, or what do you think?
Yeah, so I'm actually going into music education.
That's awesome.
I have committed to JSU, and so I'm going to be studying music up there in next fall.
Good for you. Awesome. What about you, Xander?
Well, I want to keep music as a hobby, but it's not necessarily a career that I want to go into. But music is a big part of my life, so I want to keep that in my life. I'll probably go into something like computers or something.
Love it.
I don't know, some nerd stuff. I don't know.
We love the nerds, right?
Music is a big part of my life, so I want to keep that.
Very cool. Yeah. What about you?
I probably won't do marching band in college. I'm thinking about doing concert band. But what I really want to do is I want to learn another instrument other than the one I have now. So I have my sights set on my secondary instrument that I want to learn.
Do you want to share that with us?
Well, I want to learn trombone.
Okay. And what do you currently play?
Saxophone.
All right. And what about you guys?
I play
Trombone. Okay.
I play trumpet.
Awesome. Very cool. Guys, I just wanted to share like a teeny little piece of you guys with Alabaster everybody already knows how incredible you guys are, but I don't think everybody realizes the intense amount of work that goes into it. I want to say thank you. You have brought so much joy to the Friday Night Lights and these competitions. Mention that just quickly, these competitions that you guys have just killed this year.
Well, I'll say this. We go in and I tell these students every single day, it's nice to win, all that's great. But what we want to do is we want to perform and really please the crowd, give them a show. because when you perform, like if you go to a concert, not marching band, you go to a concert, you want to be like impressed, excited. So that's our goal. And then if we do that, then the other things kind of line up. And this year, not once, twice, but 3 times that happened. We had the crowd standing every time. And like I said, the drum majors got a perfect score, dance got a perfect score at one of the contests. I think that every score we got was a high superior rating, meaning over 90, which, I mean, from a grading scale, I guess would be an A.
Right.
But they nailed it the whole time. And I will say the bands that we were competing against at all 3 contests were wonderful programs led by wonderful people and wonderful students just like ours. And it's amazing and really just truly kind of a blessing to even get to be here and get to, you know, say we took them on. And sure, any given time, I mean, sports kind of the same way. Any given time, you know, both teams go out there, they do the best they can, and we these students didn't let up at all. Not even until the end. They walked off that field. The amount of tears from knowing that they had delivered that show, and then I got to, you know, watch it from the top. I could just tell that everything. I tell them leave it on the field, and they did. My children got to participate in the Warriorette camp where they got to be on the field with you guys. So I got to come and watch just a snippet of a practice on a weekday, but seeing how you all came together blew my mind. I loved it. I just love you guys. What a fulfilling job you have. Like, how amazing is that, right? Well, you know, I would not want to be anywhere else. It was an amazing thing. A little side snippet. This job came about the same day that my second daughter was born. I got a phone call in the hospital about, hey, you want to come teach jazz at Thompson? And I was like, can I call you back in a week?
I've got a baby coming.
And what a blessing, you know, my daughter, and then now, you know, here, and my wife works right across the hall. It's an amazing place to be. I love it. Guys, thank you so much for sharing this with us. Can't wait to see more throughout these Friday Night Lights. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.